So students, in this video I am going to discuss listen and type question type on our portal. I am going to take one test here. We have 10 questions in the first test, and I'll discuss grammar also, how grammar can help us answer these, or write these statements correctly. Okay, so let's complete all the formalities.
Natural selection is a very
Okay, this is clear only. Now we'll start our test.
We cannot prevent that.
We cannot prevent that. This was very simple. Okay. Now, sometimes students write we can't. You cannot write like that. Okay. We cannot prevent that. Put full stop at the end. Listen again.
We cannot prevent that.
Okay. This was very simple. You can expect at least one simple sentence like this in the exam. Let's jump to second one.
My friend wrote another book.
My friend wrote another book. Now, my friend, if it is present tense, it should be writes. But the way sentence is, my friend writes another book. No, it doesn't. It won't make any sense. So, my friend wrote another. Now, I am sure it is another. So, there cannot be plural here. You cannot write another books. Okay. My friend wrote another book. You cannot say writes another book. My friend writes book. You can say like that. Okay. But since it is wrote, you cannot write books here. Why? Because it is another also. Okay. And this sentence is in past tense. So take care of this, past and present tense. And always put full stop at the end. That is very important. Okay. Take care of your uppercase and lowercase.
The students organized a fundraiser for their local community.
The students organized a fundraiser for the local community. Now, I got this, this much sentence in my first attempt. The students organized. Now, I'm not sure whether it was singular or whether it was plural. So, I'll write the students organized, STUDENTS, students organized. Now, listen again.
The students organized a fundraiser for their local community.
For their local community, COMMUNITY, full stop, organized a fundraiser. Now, because I am sure it was fundraiser. So, because it is your singular, and that's why I am writing article here. The students organized a fundraiser for their local community. Now, the next one is coming.
The scientists developed a new formula to solve the equation.
A new formula to solve the equation. Now, many students ask me like, how can I type this much fast? First of all, I am teacher, so I have done a lot of practice, I can say. In PT exam, we have something similar. We call it as write from dictation. So there I practice even 20 word sentence. So I have good hold. But what my suggestion is, you always, write. Let me first click again.
The scientists developed a new formula to solve the equation.
To solve the equation, let's put full stop. The scientists, SCINTIST. Okay, developed a new formula to solve the equation.
The scientists developed a new formula to solve the equation.
Now, because I'm not using headphone, and I think in the exam you also cannot use, so I am little bit confused here whether it is scientist plural or not, but I think it is singular, so I'll just...
The historian spent years studying the ancient manuscripts.
Historians spent years to study the ancient manuscripts. Okay, I think many students will make mistake here. Okay, first of all, historians. So take care of typo. HISTORIANS, historians. Then spent. It should be plural. You cannot write you cannot write in past. Historians spent. No, historians spent years to study. STUDY, to study the ancient manuscripts. Now see here.
The historian spent years studying the ancient manuscripts.
Studying the. Now it is not to study. It is studying the ancient. Now here it is what? The historians. Listen again.
The historian spent years studying the ancient manuscripts.
I think students will make mistake in this part, in this spelling, and one more.
The gardener plants a variety of flowers every spring.
The gardener plants a variety of flowers every spring. Now I'm sure the gardener, it is your, because it is what every spring, so means it is present. So the gardener, Gardener, gardener. Now because it is your singular, gardener is what singular. So I have to write S, plants. I know variety is there. And because whenever we write variety, then we have to write a variety of. Either it is plural, varieties, or it is a variety of flowers every spring. Now put full stop here. So let's listen again.
The gardener plants a variety of flowers every spring.
That's all. Okay. Now let's jump to next one.
The musician performed a mix of classic and contemporary songs.
The musician performs a mix of dash and contemporary forms. Okay. Now I'll listen this one again.
The musician performed a mix of classic and contemporary songs.
Performed a mix of classic and contemporary form. I don't know. I have to listen again. The musicians, the musician musician performed a mix of classic and contemporary forms. Listen again.
The musician performed a mix of classic and contemporary songs.
No, it is not forms, it is song. Now, if you get a sentence like this, what should be your target? To have 3 or 4 words, starting words correct, so that you can focus on the last part. Okay, now let's jump to next one.
Even without seeing you, I would have recognized you by the sound of your voice.
I would have recognized you by the sound of your voice. Now, if you ask me like how I was able to write everything in one shot, even without, I understood the meaning. Even without WITHOUT, I always spell letters. Why? Because that helps me avoid typo. Even without seeing you, I would have recognized, 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 by the sound of your voice. Now I'm not sure whether it is the sound or what. Let's listen.
Even without seeing you, I would have recognized you by the sound of your voice.
I would have recognized you by the sound of your voice.
Even without seeing you, I would. It may rain tonight.
It may rain tonight. Okay, this was very simple. It may rain tonight, put full stop. You will have simple, complex, and 10-12 words intermediate level also. Okay.
It may rain tonight.
Okay, very easy.
There are 2 buildings next to the school.
There are 2 buildings next to the school. So you see, guys, I'm not trying to write correct word when I'm listening for the first time. What I'm doing, I am trying to write everything. Then I try to make sense. There are 2 BUIL buildings. Okay, BUILDINGS buildings. Why it is 2 here? There are 2 buildings next to the schools. No, it is school, I think.
There are 2 buildings next to the school.
Next to the school. Now, you know, whenever I played for the first time, my main aim is to write as much as I can. Okay, first 3 or 4 words are always correct, and then I try to write based on the meaning. So what happens, that helps me to to write correctly in second and third play. It is over. So there were like 10 sentences. Now let's check our score here. So it is 160. Perfect, no mistake. So see here, the first one was very simple, leave it. Second one was, my friend wrote another book, very simple. Then the students organize a fundraiser. I think I missed something here. Well, that's very surprising. So let's check, did I miss anything? The historians, well, the historians spent years studying the ancient manuscripts. So S-C-R-I-P-T-S. So see the typo here. I knew the spelling S-C-R-I, but while typing what I said, what I have written, I-R. So mistake is a mistake. Okay, that is a big mistake. I will be losing, at least 1 mark. The historians spent. Now I was sure, like, it is present. Let's listen again.
The historian spent years studying.
Yes, it is T sound. Because in my mind it was going like, it is past. Like every historian will be spending this much time. Okay. So that's why I missed this part, historian. Now I missed another part. This one, your historians. Okay. That was another mistake. So it historian was clear, but I missed the spent part. Anyway, only the fifth one, not there is another. What is the issue with this one? Even without saying you, I would have recognized you by the sound of your voice. So what is the issue here? Well, there is no issue. Why it highlighted it as even without seeing you, comma is there, I would have recognized you by the sound of your voice. I don't know like why it is highlighting in yellow. Okay, anyway, it is correct only. Okay, so there is only one mistake, that I missed 3 words. Not missed, actually I made one spelling mistake and then I changed the tense form. Okay, so practice as much as you can. Try to think from grammar point of view, like if it is your present tense, then it has to be S or ES, or without your SES. And if it is singular, then you need to write S. If it is plural, then you cannot write S or ES. If it is past, you have to write ED. Okay. If it is again singular, you have to write either A, an, or the, depending on the sentence. And if it is plural, you cannot write A or an. It can be only the. So this is how you can practice, or how you should attempt this question. Okay, in the exam you will get 5 or 6, so try to answer all the questions correctly. Okay, so that's all. If you want to see more videos like this, then you can subscribe my channel, and if you want to practice on our portal, link is there in the description. That's all guys, thank you.